Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to TFTV2 coverage of ETF2L Season 35 Div 1 Grand Final. I am GrumpyKoi, low tier caster, but number one dad, followed by DuMmTm as my co-caster and Beta as my production. How you doing today, DuMmTm?
Pretty good, pretty good. Should be interesting games here. We also have obviously the Premiership Grand Finals going on TFTV's main channel if you're interested in that. Or just watch both if you want to. However, for now on this channel, we have Div 1 Grand Finals, like you mentioned. Boinicle against the Compound. Not the Grand Final I expected, I'm being honest, but still really interesting how this came to be. Boinicle coming in as the first seed here, the Compound making it from third into Grand Finals, and still have obviously the chance to just win it out right here if they just win 2 of these 3 maps tonight.
Yeah, and what maps we've got? We've got Snakewater, Granary, and Sunshine. I love the Granary pick. I always find Granary so funny. It'll either go one or two ways. It'll either be the most chaotic map on the planet, or it'll be like watching paint dry. There's no in between with Granary, and I hope it's the chaotic Granary we get. You know, as it's not Prem, even though we do have some people who have historically played Prem here. I feel like it's going to be chaos, just absolute chaos on this Div 1 Grand Final. And have you got any starting words, any fighting words for either team? Have you got a favourite? You know, even though we're supposed to be unbiased, come on, tell me the truth, Dom.
I mean, the things I do know is that Boinicle for sure went into the season as probably many people, including my own favorites, to just win it outright, and they still managed to go into this as the first seed. However, they didn't go into this Grand Finals completely unscathed, and in the regular season, the Compound was actually the team that managed to get a map of them in their official against one another, so it's kind of destined to be the finals here. Compound obviously coming into this with a little bit of a messier situation, swapped out 2 players mid-season, but seem to have worked out in their favor here. Jorge of the Premiership shuffle of our lifetime, joining this team, as well as Cayenne getting his old ban finally taken care of, and he's back to play as well. So that's the rosters now as well for the Compound making it here.
Do you want to run us through the rosters right now?
Sure, I already alluded to the Compound side here. So we have the Cayenne and Javin Soldier duo. We have Caper and Storm on Scouts, Jorge joining on Medic midway through the season, as well as Iliasu on Demo Man will be the roster for the red team currently on the Compound.
Dude, Iliasu Demo? I've not seen Iliasu play Demo in ages. I didn't really catch much of the Div 1, but I remember a fair few seasons back when Iliasu was rocking around and high and having a good time of it. So it's going to be interesting to see how he performs in this. Have you been able to watch much of Div 1?
I did see a little bit here and there, but not as much as I would really like to. Last time I did see him play, he was playing Demoman in Low Highlander Friday and lost. Might have been my fault, partly as well, but that's the last time I've seen him play. But that's a whole different ballpark here. And certainly has been doing a lot better because obviously in the past few seasons. Last time I remember watching him much was in Div 2, making it to 3rd place as well. So long time coming here. On the other side, very quickly, we have Boinicle with Potato Toast on Scout Juno and Dr. Phil on the Soldiers, as well as Aubriac on Demo Man and Mia or Dundra on ETF2L, I believe is the username, on Medic.
Alright, and we're going to be coming into this first mid of the Grand Final on Snakewater. We're going to see how both teams set them up. Now it's really going to be down to Yunu is actually going to get a nice deep place in, as well as Jevon. And we see a big bomb coming out from behind, going to go with the double commit onto Dandir, and Mia manages to get herself out, but we're going to see some trades now as it's 3 down red team and a recommit from Boinicle as they go in Storm, Jorge looking out, and that's, you know, quite a slow mid, but quite an easy and clean mid coming out of Boinicle there.
Yeah, they anticipated bombs nicely, didn't let anything too much happen to the medic there, kited that nicely into choke to keep the medic alive. That is the most important part. They didn't manage to catch Jorge with it, but they just remained safe all the way through and didn't let anyone escape really outside of the people that were all the way back anyway. Storm and the medic Jorge will live. That's the only ones escaping this mid-fight, means mid-fight will go to Boinicle here. It will be a little bit of a slow one. Even Uber stalemate mid to second, you know the drill. Juno picking up the sniper rifle immediately, and they want to make some space on grass before the sniper's even here. Let's see what the plan is there.
Well, you know, looking for a little bit of an angle right now out of Saw onto the window, trying to get any sort of connection, not being able to do it. And we see a little bit of pressure to force him out. He's going to go low, so he's going to have to look for a new angle. and keeping their med safe. Ubers are equal, as both meds did come out alive after that mid fight, so it's really going to be down to what sort of plays. We see the sniper out now. What sort of plays do you think Compound are thinking? Like, what would be your mentality right now in this situation, DuMmTm? Oh,
they try to just play safe from the sniper, but no, Juno finds the angles anyway, and I know they're historically a pretty passive team overall, so I'd be surprised if they go really hard trying to deny a sniper here.
Toast is in and Potato cleans that up. Toast gets the pack, so they get 2 frags for absolutely nothing. Now Phil coming in from the side, and Jorge super low. He is going to have to use. Eliasu does go down as well, and the exchanges happen, but with 2 players down, only losing their sniper, which has really done his job already. It's looking good. Storm's going to go down to Aubriac, who's done a great job as well. Boinicle starting this off strong.
Yeah, this is what I was trying to say. Compound, really passive, try to avoid the sniper problem, not address it, will backfire here. Phil denied with air by an air shot, doesn't allow a play to happen, so at least the defense on last is still looking strong for the Compound here, but obviously they need to deal with a little bit more. The sniper's off the table for now, but that doesn't mean it won't come back ever. We'll see what Boinicle does into this last point. Different teams have different ideas. Sniper's usually the safe play, but not necessarily the quick one here, so it depends really.
Looking to send in Yunu with a high bomb. He's going in to connect onto Jorge, and then Phil follows in. Jorge, 5 HP.
Barely living.
How does he walk away from that? That's so unfortunate. And now, because of that double commit, you're going to see a complete back out from Boinicle. Oh no, not complete. They're trying to see if they can get a frag. They do get a soldier for their trouble, and that's going to be it. But that's completely stopped Compound's push.
Yeah, pushing out of Snakewater Last is notoriously difficult, and Boinicle is just trying to take advantage of it. They sack 2 people and then still aren't scared to give up space on second order. They just stay close, and any pick they get just kills the push entirely. And there you have it. The Compound can't go anywhere. Now Juno back on Sniper like we've seen before. Let's see if we can make it work, and immediately does.
He takes out the opposing sniper of Caper. And again, everything's going to be down to if they can get any more entry frags. The sentry is going to go down for Storm, so Storm, unless he can get one up really quickly, is going to be relatively useless. As it is coming up now, they're going forward. It is now only a level 1, but it is going to get Potato. And they're baiting point now using Phil. But they're too low to collapse onto that. They've lost 3 players already. They're going to have to back out, and this should be a push out of Compound. But oh my god, Boinicle are playing so aggressive right now, not choosing to go out. They've got their Uber, even though it's equal to Jorge, because he's been keeping himself alive, and they do back up. They do lose Aubriac though, and Mia's looking to leave, but she's got 1 soldier on one side of her. She is going to get cleaned up by the scout in the end, and they're going to get that second point. A little bit too much aggression out of Boinicle. You mentioned they like to play aggressive, but that's a time where you most certainly should not be playing.
Yeah, the idea was nice as well, actually, but the post-over position was just not good enough. They just wanted to get the spawns on the field, but people were too far forward, got caught off guard. Now it's Compound's time to play here, and Boinicle does not want to have anything to do with it. They're just backing up all the way back into second, playing it as safe as possible. Some traps around, but that's all they have. And they're just giving up the midpoint for now, as well as a lot of advantage here with that as well. 50% ad in Jorge's hands means they probably have what it takes to make a play into second. Is there anything they can do to stop it? And for now, the only thing they have is just holding as far back as they can, building a lot, and having a heavy in forwards as well, surprisingly, on toes here.
Yeah, surprisingly weird bomb coming out there, getting Yunu. And now we get the second bomb coming in, getting up Aubriac, and that's actually perfect. And just now, Toast has appeared. And he's not even, they're just going to ignore him.
Yeah, Storm just stood on the edge of the point with Caper, and they just capped it outright. 2 picks down, still on last. It's even worse now, but maybe they can make it. Oh no, Storm gets dropped before they could get in for like an exchange or something like that, and this probably kills the opportunity. It's not the worst one to lose, but it's still unfortunate, and Phil tries to take advantage of it right now, sacking back into second. Straight automatic gets 1, gets 2 with the air shot.
I can't wake up my kid, but oh my god. What an air shot out of Dr. Phil. He doesn't need his pills to land those hair shots sometimes, man. He's proven that Soldier is also a place he can stay. I know he's done it seasons before, but he's still got it in him. And Toast wants to bring this forward with Mia. They're rushing forward. They don't really want to be using too much. Just use that aggression to move forward. Caper and I think that's Fugazi is... Fugazi even. Is They're not nicked up correctly, are they? I don't know
That is
who they are.
actually KN's username. I forgot about
Yeah.
that to mention that. But yeah, he
Yeah.
goes by Fugazi now. I know
Okay.
Div 1 players like that.
Okay. So do I call them Fugazi or do I call them KN? Is it okay if I call them KN? It's easier for me.
If it's easier for
Screw
your
it.
brain, sure, that's what I'm doing
Screw
as
it.
well.
So that's KN. And then they got Jevon as well.
Yeah, that's just mid. Immediately gone off of this, like one drop into just a consequent push into the second point. It's even now again, very slow match, not surprised between these two teams that this is the pace this is going by, but these teams are trying to take as much as they can every time they are given the opportunity to. It was still down here, Capo and Sniper now. Last time they had to deal with the Sniper, so it looks like they want to be a bit more proactive here, but Juno also having some ideas here. Jumps high, hits one.
Ooh.
Second
No,
one
he does not
connecting
hit
though.
the second. Jorge's not going to want to have a repeat performance of dropping now, so he's going to be extra vigilant of bombs. And really, there should be some more pressure from Storm and Caper to deny those bombs. You know, if you got scouts around you, they should just instantly hear the call and be just, even if it's just slowing them down in the air, making sure that they can't connect easy shots. That's so important as KN looks for maybe an angle out of Saw, but decides to back out. And we got Caper looking to maybe get a shot through Saw. Now is looking to maybe rotate, looking down into choke. But no one from the side of Boinicle, apart from now really Phil, has shown their face too much to be too much of a target for him. Uni does take a little bit, but we've got a classic stalemate right now, DuMmTm.
Yeah, just
And
the
really,
soldiers peeking a little bit on each side.
but really, it's 0-0. No one's really taken a round. What is going to be the turning point for either of these teams to convert it into a round right now, Dum?
It's just gonna be like slow progging for a little while here and there until eventually something may be sticking. Juno's not the one to do it. Don't break overextends as well, and this is what the compound wants. They want the other team to be antsy about these situations, and suddenly there's 2 down, 3 down, Phil chase down as well. Trying to deny people.
No.
Potato behind while they're taking the exchange, or could make a difference for the back.
Oh
maybe.
my god, Jorge staying alive for so long. By the 50% point. Oh my god, so many rockets onto Mia. She nearly gets out if he didn't get that reload, but right now Toast is behind, dragging away along with Potato. Potato now trying to use that quad aim, but doesn't have it, and doesn't manage to get Jorge at all. And Toast still behind, may be able to drag some players, but really it's an awkward situation for Boinicle, because as much as Toast is good, he's not Tiger, so he's not going to be able to drag and get any frags. He'll maybe be able to distract, but I think he's managed to get Jevon to keep an eye around. He's all the way back on last.
He bought him
whilst
so much
that's
time on mid as well. Everyone is spawned again. They trying to fight back, but
What?
they're overextending forward. 2 people die here on the midpoint. 101 and mid, 1 behind. Eventually he goes down in the backlines. He almost bought him enough time to make this a fight. Phil's still behind. Somehow Jevon barely gets the kill, and Saw lives on 3 HP. That was almost good enough by Toast, but quite not the case here in the end. So we will be going forward on the compound, trying to get into last with this potentially. Uber is not quite up yet, but it's close.
They're going to be looking to go through that lower right now, and they're going to be looking to connect onto the first person they see, and they're not able to really get anyone out until the last second. Potato going down, Phil down now, so there is a bit of spread for Boinicle, so they're not looking too strong. KN taking the high ground right now, dealing so much onto Mia, trying to connect onto Yunu, not able to do it. Toast cleaning him up, but Storm going straight onto point, trying to fight the world as 3 go in. And they've got Caper on snipers, and that is it. So they've got no one else really to push. And the chase is coming from Boinicle right now as Toast is chasing them out into Saw. Eliasu needs to set up some sort of traps right now to deny any further chase. And oh, there's a bit of a rotation out of K and Jevon. I don't think anyone's aware of Phil holding so close to choke. They can't risk it, and Phil decides to back out, and we got the classic mid to second stalemate
That
done.
was unfortunately barely missed opportunity for the compound. The sniper didn't help much, but KN and the rest of the combo didn't quite have the same focus for either, so he was shooting the medic demo and back while they needed help actually getting into last back again after the exchange in the first place. Wasn't quite able to do that for the team, so they couldn't really recommit. Missed opportunity, unfortunately, will lead to the stalemate now, like you said. Caper still on sniper, they know about that. Mia, throughout the whole capture process of the second point, was always trying to play safe out of the sideline. Works so far, but doesn't get rid of the threat of the sniper at all, and eventually Caper will start playing aggressively. No, Toast wanted to do it, actually. Just straight in there, into Saw, gets the kill here. Counter second,
Oh, the bomb coming.
Jevon gets it.
Taking down Dandir, Mia. She drops, and she's not going to be happy. Let's hope she doesn't kick her computer and turn it off like she did at I-65. And they're able to keep playing.
That is huge. They will wait for the respawns here, but besides that, it's pretty much go time right now. If they're quick about this point, you could convert this into last as well. Obviously, Boinicle will put up some resistance here. Soldiers forwards, trapped all over the place. People are trying to make a difference here to not let them get into last, but Juno gets spotted early. Will try to just live for now. Probably the right call to make here. Spotted this early, and he will get out as well. They have a chance on last. It needs to be a great one, though.
It really does, as Ubers are a little bit more an advantage for Jorge right now. So they're going to be looking to take this in on their right-hand side. And look at the prediction out of Boinicle. They're wedged in their right, but they're too far away from their point. They need to commit now to start picking up players. They have lost 2. Jorge's looking really healthy right now as the rest of the team collapse onto Dande. She goes down. That's going to be a wipe on last, and that's going to be the first round going to compound on this Snake Water.
Yeah, they just got them to point eventually in this last push, and then it's just immediate cleanup by everyone that was still alive, and just making short process of this one. 1-0 lead. It's not a lot, but with the pace of the game, it might just be enough already. It's still a long shot to call the game already, though. 17 minutes left to play, and Boinicle certainly had the moment so far.
Yeah, it's really going to be down to how this mid starts off, Dum, because really right now Boinicle are just going to convert that into a round, but they lose Yunu very quickly as Kayan and Yevon clean him up in kitchen. And with those 2 soldiers, there's this constant threat of bomb and pressure, but Toast is going to go in and get Yevon. He's going to get cleaned up by Caper. There's a lot of trades right now for players, and with both demos up, they've still got the ability to put that pressure in, but KN is going to get Dande, so Mia is down, and we're seeing Auriac just all on his own. He is going to get cleaned up, but so much pressure onto Jorge. Oh, he surfs so well and manages to, you know, come out and stay alive.
That was just a really nice call-out by KN. The moment they came forward, he just jumped up top point and rained the damage down to not let anyone cross Vedic down immediately, and everyone else weak as well around that. It's a great call-out there. Gets them mid, gets them second as well. Not much of anyone up anymore, so Boinicle will have to let this one go, and it's just Compound being able to take all the space right now and convert this into a quick last push. Has to be still a good one. There's a gun up already that they have to contend with.
And they're going to be looking to go on their right-hand side. More than likely, they're going to... KN is just going to spam out this sentry, and it's going to get cleaned up very quickly by Eliasu. Now, Eliasu putting on pressure onto Mia, separating her from her demo. Her demo gets popped up, but now recommit coming out of Boinicle. They have not lost anyone until Dr. Phil. They need to commit onto the point, and they're going to wipe. If Jevon can't do some god-tier thing, he's just going to get cleaned up by Aubriac out of the air. And that is going to be a complete wipe on that push and give a bit of an advantage to Boinicle. Now, how far they're going to take this is down to them, Dum.
A bit of an understatement as well. They are basically for that. Close call though. It was just a bit too much point play, I think, by the Compound, which is surprising because they almost just capped it, but it also got all of them killed once the block came in. Either way, like you said, they're trying to take this advantage as far as possible. First of all, second, next up mid, 50% is the difference right now. Even holding far back. Cape on Sniper and forwards as well. They're trying to make this difficult, but it's only so much you can do until the Sniper reveals itself, and they're careful about it on Boinicle. Stick is already there. Medic trying to stay out of the sideline, and eventually Caper gives up on that one. Moves back to second to just keep this forward spawn dream alive.
Yeah, they're gonna be predicting it. Like it's gonna be so impactful if they do it. And Mia's already used in. Gonna be an exchange. Jorge using a lot later. Mia's Uber has just come out. She's had to flash a lot of players in, and there is not. Oh, Storm overcommits. Is Phil gonna be able to connect on him? He is. And Aubriac's gonna get that frag. Are they gonna be looking for any further pressure onto Compound? And with Yunu down, it doesn't look like it. They're gonna go for the 1-1 trade. They didn't find any further space to go forward. And right now, back to that wonderful mid-second stalemate.
Yeah, very fortunate for Boinicle that the Compound got a bit antsy and wanted to push a bit too deep there, get one player, make it even again, prevents them from doing much more here right now, but that still just keeps the score in their life right now, so the pressure is still on Boinicle, and the Compound will happily play into the stalemate, I would imagine. However, Juno Sniper is back on the field, worked once before. You imagine the surprise factor about it is gone. The question is if they deal with it better, and no, the surprise factor is still here. There we go. Eliasu down. That's a huge pick.
That is such a good advantage for Boinicle now, and Boinicle going in looking to maybe set up some bombs with Phil, not deciding to do it. They're just going to pressure in slowly. Bomb coming out. No connection really, as now Jevon comes in onto Mia. Mia has used a little bit of more advantage for Boinicle. They may be able to get Jorge. They're going to connect onto him. Bomb coming out, clear onto Mia, and she is going to go down. Scout coming in from behind. Caper getting Yunu down. And KN coming into Cheese. Has anyone spotted her? Yeah, he's down. Oh no. He's
living,
so
but the pressure's
low.
not last. Both
So
girls
low.
on point.
What's going on?
The NG and the DuMmTm just get there in time though, beat him to the punch. And barely hold on to that one. Close call. There's still a soldier behind, or not behind, but in lower lobby though. Ken accidentally spots that by just jumping off the tire. That works as well, I suppose. Gets the kill on Phil, and they're holding onto that one. They just wanted this point so badly before waiting for any other opportunity to come up on Boinicle. It was really strange.
Yeah, I really don't understand that methodology even. Well, I can speak with big words. I don't understand, you know, at what point that was a good idea. You lost your med, you haven't got a decent spread of any sort of heals or over heals after the fight, and you go in against a team that just got their medic back and probably, you know, has got some sort of off class. You are going to get cleaned up. Even if that was a heavy, that's something they wouldn't be able to deal with.
They probably just miscalculated the times for everything, and they just figured they beat the respawns, but they clearly didn't, and that's
Press tab,
a bad
bro.
fight to lose here, though. Both snipers back in the field, Juno versus Caper. We've seen it before. Last time it went to Juno. This time, Caper getting Potato at least. Not so quite a sniper 1v1 win, but it is a shot that lands either way.
And we have a
Jevon
banner up as well.
maybe, yes he does. He just gets through all the way into Kitchen, where the medic was holding, and gets the force as well on top of things. They do lose 2 for it though, so they have to be careful about this right now, otherwise they'll find themselves on the end of a force that will just be even worse now.
Well, even if they force out Jorge, if KN can get their charge on their banner sorted out.
Storm just wraps around them through the window, gets the kill on the medic. Everyone tries to still in fight this though for Boinicle, and it becomes a huge mess of a fight. Everyone's here now, the medic gets jumped immediately.
This is a mess.
But the numbers are just so much in the favor of the compound here. They didn't play enough defense there, but at least they made sure things die. And with Juno the last one alive, there's not too much a lone sniper can do here against 3 players.
I can't right now. What is going on?
That was, in theory, a really smart play for the compound to wrap around there. Instead of just falling back into last, they just rotated behind them basically to pop in straight into the combo. But they couldn't clean up things fast enough to prevent themselves from finding themselves in this mess of a fight at the end there. So the Boinicle cut their losses and just killed as much as they could, which at the very least included the medic to make this even right now, kill momentum, and maybe keep second alive.
The only thing is, there is a banner. I don't know if it's up yet for KN because my HUD doesn't show me, but that is going to be something that they're going to be wanting to use. Dr. Phil does go down. KN dealing a lot of damage, so they have their banner now. So that is going to mean that they're going to use that to go in right now with their 70% Uber stacked up. So by the end of this, if their timing's correct, yeah, by the end of this, they're going to have Uber. So they're going to just extend this damage resistance forward, push onto them, use as much as possible against the Uber, and now they can use their Uber to push in further. And Mia had to use hers to deny the banner. This is a really, really good play from Compound, baiting the time right now. Orbiak's coming in and doesn't manage to connect anything, and Elias, who's still alive, is going to deny that point. Toast trying to look for some frags, and he is going to be the one to fall down on point, and that's going to be Compound taking last on a really nice last point.
Yeah, there's 2 ways you can approach the banner push. Either you do it to get the Uber out of the other team, or directly after an exchange. They opted for the former. It worked out quite well. Still lost people at the beginning, but they got towards point and they got the better Uber out of this exchange as well, which made all the difference in the world here, and they got themselves enough cap time to have everyone have to commit on it on Boinicle, get the 2-0 lead now with only 10 minutes left.
Eliasu's actually spotting the choke. Oh no. Oh no! Orbiak comes in, gets the twofer, and I was just going to say that he was a little bit slower than Eliasu, but I saw that developing and it was just impossible for Eliasu and Jorge to get out there. They got a soldier behind them that did a little bit of damage. Orbiak did a perfect amount of pressure and just cleaned them up, and this is going to be a good opportunity for Boinicle, not losing anyone, to push forward. Only 10%. Are they going to be able to get a gun up? Let's see how Storm's building right now. It is level 2, so they're probably going to get level 3 before the push comes out. But Boinicle are going to want to go as quick as possible. They're going to go lower, it looks like, with Toast and Aubriac. They're going to wait a really long time before using. That's really good for them. They're going to have to clean up that sentry as quickly as possible, but it is nestled away. And now they're going to have to be looking to clean players up. KN does go down. Toast is going to be the counter frag though. But one apiece right now, as we're going to see a bomb come in. They need to start putting time onto this point or getting frags, as Aubriac does, but Caper cleans him up. And Mia goes down, and that's a wipe on last.
Somehow Caper was behind this entire last push and still managed to come in and make an impact here for all of this. Gunt bought some time and then nicely just played around the stickies on point to delay this cap for as long as possible and get these kills going. Really nice hold by the compound, and gets them a huge advantage now as well, with Mia dying late in this as well. Last one to spawn for the team, in fact. Still not up. Already 100% Uber as we speak, trying to look to get into mid here potentially. Compound don't desperately need to make some plays, but this is just too good an opportunity to pass up on, as long as they can be safe about the sack plays that Boinicle surely is waiting to make.
Yeah, but Yunu accidentally bumps head KN. And right now, Jevon pushes across right now, looking to frag onto someone. KN maybe going for the chase? Nah, doesn't decide to do it. No one was really know enough for the bomb, really. But right now, Compound just, you know, they do seem a lot more in control. You mentioned that slower play style, and that is what's going on. That slower play style is working for them, because the little mistakes that are coming out of Boinicle are just being crushed by Compound right now.
Yeah, they make it work for themselves. I think they definitely improved on that a lot over the course of the season. It's on Boinicle right now to break that. They only have 6 minutes to do it anymore, and find themselves right now on like less map control as well. It will be difficult. Not undoable though, if they find a good way to get into mid here right now.
Oh, just lose Toast on the push. That's really not good for Boinicle. They have completely wasted that Uber. Lost 2 players. That's not fun. That's a yikes.
3 in fact, 4 make that with the sniper. Caper gets one on me on the way out as well.
No.
Caper doesn't let anyone leave. Aubriac lucky to live, and what else is he gonna do but just put some sticks all over the place and hope for the best, to have spawns come up in time. Maybe Juno and Phil, the soldiers, will be up in time, but is that good enough right now? The Uber's up, and so far the conversion rate for the compound looked pretty good. Here they come on from lower, and 2 picks immediately. Storm straight on point. Players bombing in, but the Uber's still going to clean them up as well.
Oh, this is just... Oh, that's not fun. That's not sanitary. That's not fun. That was so unfortunate for Boinicle. They just got completely destroyed there. That Uber was just too late. Losing that scout completely threw Boinicle off, that they weren't able to push out. Aubriac didn't have a clue what was going on. Mia was probably shocked, and you could just see that Compound were like, right, let's just clean them up. And we're coming into the 4th mid, and Yunu goes into Eliasu, and we have a pause.
Interesting. I am trying to figure out whose pause this was for, like who lost the player potentially. Sometimes it's just somebody like lag spiking so much that they decide to pause to make this a better opportunity, but you never know until you check. I cannot see an 11-player Snakewater game, so probably it wasn't somebody crashing, or they're already back and we're not having it on pause, which that would be the best case scenario, I would suppose.
Yeah, it looks like Storm had 170 ping.
Oh, that might be it, yeah.
So that could be it. What is this? Is this a Netherlands server?
I am not sure right now. I forgot to check, actually. In the meantime, I can actually check one more thing very quickly, which I wish I would have looked at before the game started, namely, what were the maps they played in regular season? It was Product and Granary was the one Compound one. Product the one for Boinicle. A little bit of context here between these teams as the midfield resumes, and it's a big damage all over the place. Mia just barely tanked that rocket.
1 second.
That's the end of that one. Really, really aggressive mid. We had sound last time and it worked as well, so they know what they need to do, and it is just pressing a lot of W here and make it work somehow. For the mid fight, it does. It needs to do so much more though. They don't have much time, 5 minutes as we speak, and this needs to be just the first round, otherwise it's already looking dire for the rest of the match.
Well, you got to think, if you lose against a team during the regular season, you're going to be thinking, how do we beat them if we ever come against them again on that map? So Maybe Bionicle were probably coming into this a bit too confident, but this is a good push out of them, pushing the players out. Now they need to try and get some time though. Nope, they're going to back out, lose players. As I say, it's a good push. It just falls apart. Phil now bombing in onto Storm, trying to clean him up. Toast putting a really good amount of time onto the point, committing all the players. This is perfect. Weaving them, and that's going to be 1 round on the board. 4 minutes, 2 rounds, doable.
It's like a good fast round without it being like unreasonably fast is like 1:20 about. So it is within the realms of possibility, but it just needs to be this round twice in a row now to get to a golden cap even and have a chance to win this. It's gonna be really tough, but they're setting up a pace that makes it look doable. This is what the pause was right on rollout. And there we go, match proceeds as normal.
Yeah, and it looks like... And that might have been a tactical pause then.
I don't think it was, because they don't have any like cohesion for the mid plan here, and they just kind of have to fall back. This is not at all the mid fight you want to see, and it's probably a consequence of the pause here. They just were completely thrown off, more than Boinicle was anyway. It is a stalemate. It is something you could live with, but Boinicle always found something in these situations once they got the ball rolling. In this one to like make some sort of play happen. The sniper preferably, obviously, but no, they just want to exchange this time with Toast on the beam.
Oh no, that's such a slow exchange though for Jorge to actually use it. Toast is trapped in. Mia actually needs to now run. Gonna get cleaned up by Jevon, and he is gonna go down. And really, please don't push on this, guys. I know they want to. Do not push on this. KN is behind, dragging some players back. Maybe see... Oh, he traded with Toast. I think they may be looking to push. That would be a really bad decision if they do. Good.
They don't have much time though. You really need to figure out what is the best opportunity now. It doesn't waste too much time. It's a tough position to be in, but they don't have much of a choice anymore in the matter. It's just the Compound's game to lose now. They just have to hold on to this point for as long as possible. Doesn't need to be 2 minutes. As long as it's like 1, it's good enough, but Boinicle comes in here. They have to take some chances.
Yeah, and they have pushed a lot of space across them. They're doing pretty well, but the Uber has come in, and oh my god, Phil is soaring through the air. He manages to connect with Mia, and gonna back out, but really that was probably the last opportunity they're gonna get.
Oh, Mia gets cleaned up late as well. Can chases all the way, wins the 1v1 with Phil too. All of this just to get crushed this much, and this needs to be game ending. Storm, I talked to him once and he mentioned that he tries as hard as possible to not have his team throw when it looks undoable to lose anymore. So you'd hope they just remain composure for like another few seconds here, just to bring it definitely over time and secure themselves map 1 in this best of 3.
When it hits the 1 minute mark, there's nothing they can do. Once it hits that, you know, there's just nothing they can do to bring this back to an equal, and we're coming up to 20 seconds to that. But right now, then they're going to try and have just a nice confident round under their belt before the time is up. Phil already down low, but it's going to be met by a sentry gun. Oh no, it went down just at the last second. Phil now surrounded by the world, does clean up Eliasu, is going to try and get some damage onto Jorge. Jorge is going to use, with 56 seconds left, they need to get this round, and Toast is above them. KN going to be chasing that down now, looking to get some damage onto it. Junu goes in, cleans up KN, but the recollapse comes out of Compound, and really it's just scrappy as hell. 40 seconds left, they're just not able to finish a round. It feels like Bionicle are just struggling so hard to finish a round.
Yeah, the defensive play for the Compound coming out strong for map 1. We'll see how it goes moving forward in this match, but for now it's looking very, very tough for Boinicle to break through this. They need some momentum, and going into maps like Granary, that doesn't make it much easier, I would say. So we'll see how that works out. You'd imagine it's Compound's pick. They played it in the regular season, won that one too, and it's all that separates them from this match being a victory right now. Another attempt here to just sneak away 1 round, stay in composure, get the ball rolling for map 2, but even that won't be the case. Boinicle will go out loser here, and Compound taking home map 1.
It's so unfortunate for Bionicle, but really well played by Compound. It just never really felt like the ball was in their court after the first like 3 minutes. Bionicle just never seemed to get in control again. It just felt like constantly Compound were just taking control and making it so difficult for them to do anything. But yeah, let's have a look at the logs. You like your numbers, DuMmTm. I'm a bit too smooth brain
Sure,
for
let's
it.
pretend I do.
And oh yeah, oh, are you the same as me? Oh cool. I don't know.
I don't know when it was the last time I opened logs on my stream. But
I
I mean,
mean,
sometimes you find something interesting, you know?
We love logs.
People love the logs. Everyone loves the numbers, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, what you see speaks for itself. You see Javon Caper just doing the damage for the team, and the kills come out by everyone else as well, for that matter. So everyone just doing the work where it needs to be done, really. And it was a slow game, to be fair. Has to be said. And I think really the big difference between Compound in this game and like early season was that they already were like a passive team to begin with back then, but they managed to just like work off things they get in these dynamics a lot better nowadays.
Yeah, and it feels like that game, like the logs do kind of show that Jevon and Caper were the ones, you know, on top when it comes to damage. And it did feel like one thing I've really liked is Caper and Jevon were always there for a counter push, counter attack, counter push constantly. You know, Jevon was always in from the flank, and then if KN saw an opportunity, they would go in as well. And it just felt like they were just waiting for these little overextensions, whether it's Yunu get out, you know, 8 and 23 for Yunu kind of is indicative of how his game was. He tried to create opportunities, but he just wasn't able to capitalize on it, and he'd just get punished for it. And even when you look at, you know, it started off looking like Yunu was the strongest sniper, but then Caper brought it back with some really good work, especially that point when that Uber completely failed. He just cleaned house. I think he was just racking up names for the hell of it, DuMmTm, and it just feels like that's going to be a bit of a shock for Boinicle. I don't think they're going to be too pleased with that performance on Snakewater.
Looking at Storm's logs, I just realized, why is this man playing Scout and Highlander when he literally plays anything else at Sixers? Engineer, Engie,
Pyro,
Sniper, everything Pyro heavy, yeah.
Beautiful.
Hey, 2 kills in 18 seconds on Pyro is pretty efficient, I would say.
Beta will be proud.
That's going in the next Frag movie for sure. But yeah, that is Snakewater. It was a relatively slow game at times, with like bursts of movements here and there, and we're moving into Granary, which you would expect was roughly the same in terms of pacing, and that doesn't bode well for Boinicle here. They need to find a way to beat that sort of strategy right now, where it's just these like stop and go moments where Compound just looks for opportunities to enable their playmakers a lot, like you said. Their flank being the ones to make the big plays, and everyone else just opens up the opportunities for them, really. And it worked so far. Compound taking it for the lead right now in the match, and it's on Boinicle to step up to the task now, despite coming into this as maybe the favorites for many, and as the first place for sure. Regardless of your opinion about them, they deserve the spot here, but there needs to be some signs of life now.
Definitely don't feel strong in any way right now in the last map, and it's really going to be down to how they play this. You know, you've got some really experienced players. Like Yunu has been an MG Lord for ages and has been a part of competitive TF2 for as long as I can remember. You've got Potato, who's played on Lego and got a lot of LAN experience as well, in sort of the higher echelon of LAN as well. And then you've got Dr. Phil, who, you know, is one of the OGs, you know, OG TF2, Lego captain, Denmark Vinder, all of that stuff. Beta loves him, you know, it's that sort of thing. And if Beta likes you, you know you're doing well. That's the way I see it. And really, I kind of want more from them.
Well, they need to perform, so there is more than just this one last map here, potentially. Because this is potentially the end of the line. If they can't make the comeback happen, it is over for the season here, and that would be quite disappointing going into this with like high expectations as well, and already securing themselves, I believe, the invite bracket spot for the Tier 2 Lockdown Throwdown Cup next week. So not going into that as a Prem team, so to speak. Sure, like nothing really to show for it besides the Div 1 win, but still, not having that one under the belt is going to sting going into the invite bracket against all the other teams that can call themselves Premiership as well.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun for anyone involved if they're not able to go in and just feel confident, because really the only thing I can think about right now and the only thing that's plaguing my mind is what is going to happen in this game, Dum. Like, what do you think Boinicle have sat down, looked at their previous match, and got an idea of how to beat Compound on Granary, or do you feel like it's just going to be the same as the main season, the same as the last, just going to be Compound taking full control and just not giving Bionicle a leg to stand on?
They need to have put some thought into it, right? Because you don't just let your opponents in grand finals freely pick the map they beat you on in regular season if you don't have worked out something to improve your gameplay on that map. So you'd hope that there is some thought put into this, because I don't know what else they would have banned. I didn't check the match page too much to see if they had the full map picking process on there, but they let Granary through. They had the ban at the beginning, so they chose to not ban this, and they need to have done that for a reason, you'd hope. This is where they can prove themselves with that decision.
Wonderful. So, we are live for the second round of the ETF2L Season 35 Div 1 Grand Finals. The teams have switched, so if you're getting confused, just cross your eyes. And we're going to be going in with Boinicle on red, and then we have Compound on blue. Bringing it out right now, we're going to be seeing how things are going to start off. Dumb. We don't see any bombs, any initialization. Dr. Phil actually playing in Garage just to spam them out. Yunu trying to get into theirs. And now there's a lot of bunching, so Mia's going to get so much damage put onto them, but Jevon is going to get cleaned up. High bomb coming out of Phil, trying to go onto Jorge, catch the people on there. Eliasu is actually going to get cleaned up. No, he's still alive. What is going on? No one's really dying. Caper eventually dies, but there were so many opportunities for Bionicle to collapse onto Compound, but Caper being behind meant they had something to think about, and they weren't able to capitalize on the opportunities they got. Yunu just walks in through traps, just tries to go onto Jorge, and gets cleaned up instantly by Storm.
Yeah, they made the mistake once of letting Caper live behind. They're not doing it again, and it cost them a few kills maybe the front lines just to play it safe, but they're not down yet. That's the big difference compared to Snakebot. It's just a fresh map, just started. They're not down yet. They don't have to deal with the constant pressure of having to make the comeback right now. Granted, in the match maybe, but not in the map just yet. So they have plenty of time to just find some answers here. For the Compound, on the other hand, set answers lie, it seems, in the banners again. Jevon picking up the battalion's backup. Worked brilliantly once into last. They pick up the sniper rifle too. Not the best point to snipe on, but the small sightlines you have are eventually getting used by players to peek into your area here on second. So it's just a matter of time until Caper finds something, I would suppose.
Yeah, it's really... Oh, Caper does get Aubrey. That's a great opportunity for them to push in, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Looking to use Eliasu to brute force forward. Yeah, and on top, Yunu super low. Phil gets cleaned up before... No! Another failed Uber from Mia, dropping Dr. Phil this time to Caper. Sniper toast. Going down. Oh, that's not fun.
Just instantly taking the space here. Sniper getting one right before they use really quick execution here for the Compound off of this small opportunity out of the standard. And once some more, Caper distracting the sideline, no one taking a chance peeking into yard anymore. Everyone's back inside of second to play it safe. It is big ad for the Compound here. They need to make this one count. This could already be around if it's a crushing fight on second.
And looking like Compound slowly edging their way in. Phil and Yunu trying to deny it, but oof. Going super low for Yunu, and he's going to have to back out. And again, they're just using the sniper as entry damage. But, ooh, you see another banner, Yevon, actually on it. Is it 100%? We'll see in a moment. It's going to be. So he is actually going to be able to use that in, and they're going to go for the same sort. Now they're going to go for a repush, exchange repush right now. As they push in, you can see that they've primed it up. They're going to go out the other door. Or they're going to just collapse. No, they're going to lose players. They've lost KN, they lost Storm. They're not going to be able to collapse using this. They're going to have to back out. Really good idea, but really poorly executed. As Yevon is stuck in Lunchbox, is going to get cleaned up. And yeah, that was a bit of a failed push. Good idea though, Dum. Really
yeah, but they tunnel vision too much, and somehow Phil got in the backlines, getting the damage for Aubrey to just destroy everyone there. Great opportunity now for Boinicle, but there's a snipe again. They have weak all entry here, and this is really tough for them, raining down the damage up top. The soldiers making this hard for Boinicle, but they want to just get in here. Walker really has to use 2 in the meantime as well here on each side, and this is just going to be tough. Kane with another great rocket. This is a messy fight. Jevon just jumps in despite no one being with him and just puts up the fight to them. Gets Juno as well somehow in the midst of all of that.
Oh, look, Caper just has no respect for them. Trying to go for the hero play onto Mia. Mia having to back out. Feels so low. And already feeling a push back in, maybe? Nah, they're going to have to back out. Eliassi was thinking about it, but decides not to. And we've got a 70% banner set up right now on your boy Phil. He's going to be able to get that back. I'm loving the banners, Dum. I'm loving to see banners. Banners are one of my favourite things in TF2 because they can speed things up so much, because it means that you'll see a lot more exchanges and repushes if other teams don't know it. But they lost Potato and Yunu, so they're going to have to back out. And this is good, could be costly for them. They could lose more players as Yevon does bomb in, tries to sink onto Mia, but just completely flumps it and gets 2-shot by Toast.
So they're just taking the safe approach right now, instead of another like bold take of mid like they did last time with the sniper. This time it's just sacks, dialing it down a little bit, maybe reducing the risk. The messy fight just now didn't work too much for them either, to be fair. Potato and sniper off of this, let's call it the sack wave, sure. Picks up the sniper rifle himself, with Cape on the other side still waiting for someone to peek him there. Both teams slowing down the pace as much as they can to just minimize the risk for now. Still plenty of time left to play. So the time is there, but are the players ready for it?
Oh, Potato just gets cleaned up, not able to connect anything. And now Caper going to be again probably looking for some sort of opportunity to get a frag, and he's going to get Auriac. So again, we're going to see a potential for a...
Caper got the medic and all of that. No! Just immediately they peek the corner. Everyone's close right now, and Garage needs to make up for that loss, and that is such a devastating one. They get the force out eventually, but that's all they can claim for themselves, because everyone else is dead, starting with the medic. Really quick turnaround. That was just one opportunity by Caper to make this a huge win for the compound on this push here and turn this all around. Suddenly they are back in the driver's seat. It's not a big advantage with the force coming out onto Hawker, but it is mid gone. It's yard gone, and it shouldn't be second, but they're already taking some risky. Caper peeking from Z, not the best side lane to take, and a risky one for that matter as well if he gets stuck, but he will discontinue that attempt pretty quickly as well.
Yeah, and again, wasn't able to connect a shot there. Done. But right now, I'm feeling Compound are in control. We've got another banner up. We've got Jevon on the conch. Now, good bit of movement speed. Going to give your team some health regen when they deal damage as well. So, this is a great like double banner opportunity. They could probably send in KN just to maybe try and get a force or something like that. And then have them come back on the battalions just as an option, because you're gonna have those slow moments where you can build it on Granary, and having 2 banners on Granary would make it so easy to push. Like a double commit through Lunchbox would be absolutely hilarious to watch.
Like,
I love that.
It's just surprising, on top of just the banner, seeing all the snipers as well. A little bit out of Boinicle, a lot more out of the compound, and just using the pace into their advantage, but Boinicle having none of it. They just push through again. They pulled out these exchanges late last map as well. Mixed results for that one. And again, Toast is hanging in late to make this force happen. Will get him killed, and just means that they get +1 on the numbers here going into this non-Uber commit into second, it seems, with the banner.
Yeah, they're going to bring the banner in now. Looking to connect some damage. They're going to get Phil. They're looking to maybe go in a little bit more, as no one's got Uber, so it is an opportunity to brute force it in, but they weren't able to get a second frag, but they're still looking to collect it. Low Storm's going to get cleaned up by Auriac. Auriac may be able to get a bit more damage if he could get his pipes through the door. I thought that was going to be big, but never mind.
Well, it was an ambitious enough attempt to just take second with that as well. They were all weak at the end. The conch clearly kept all of them just going in the take of second, while all the Boinicle slowly left with whatever numbers they had left at the time. I think it was 4, might have been 5. Either way, they definitely forced them out like they wanted to. And I got the second point with this. It's a slow progress, but it's progress nonetheless. 1 point at a time. They're approaching this last point yet again. Toast on Spy right now, making his way down back into second to be the difference maker for the team, where he couldn't be on Scout. Maybe he can be on Spy against this Caper Sniper who just slowly but surely peeks wider and wider angles.
Wait, Toast's on his main. Toast is playing Spy right now. Giving a bit of info. How is a Highlander Spy? No, Toast is a Spy main, right? I'm not just losing my mind.
I think so. I mean, he's been playing sixes
that's
forever
correct.
as well, so he knows what he's doing even in sixes, I would imagine.
Yeah. But I'm excited to see. He just walks in. No one oh no, everyone suspects him. Everyone suspects him. Never mind. I thought he was going to do some next level Spy play, and instead he just kind of walks in and gets shot.
Well, here comes the counter attempt to get something just dropped down. That is good enough.
They got the Uber. On top of it, how do you get the Uber on top of a sentry?
That is just not standing inside the dispenser for a second, and suddenly the damage is right there. Well picked opportunity for the soldier there. German gets away with it, and it's Granary. This is still not a done deal just because you have ad. We will need to work for it quite a bit here. The gun is still there as well, for that matter. They didn't move it. So it's still up front wall, but they have to get past this defense, and this took so long already. Mia has 60. If they can just hold on this push for a little bit, this might be good enough for them to be able to counter pop.
They dropped Eliasu into a trap. Oh, it feels like a mirror situation, but Compound didn't hesitate. They kept going in. They've got Uni, they've got Orbriak. There's a soldier behind Dr. Phil. He's super low. They didn't clean him up though. And now it's a scout and a soldier versus just a soldier and a scout. Phil gone down. That's a wipe. And I wonder what happens next.
Well, I can't see anyone disconnect, but it would take a wild guess.
Yeah, they wipe. They all kill bind.
Alright, the only thing I do see here is actually that for some reason KN has like significantly shorter time on server than everyone else. Which makes no sense, mind you, but somehow he managed to do that. But it's not like a few seconds, so he's not the one that disconnected probably, if anyone did. Maybe it's just Storm's connection dying again, and Norway's government is trying to suppress him as a gamer. Who knows? We just have to wait and see, and hope it's not a long pause. Last time wasn't too much, for that matter, so hopefully not again. And yeah, that's just a successful push right here with the advantage they secured themselves.
This has been chaos. They're really good. I still don't understand how you get forced while standing near your sentry.
Just no one watched the upper door and just allowed it to happen. Like people just need to have the eyes. It sounds so easily preventable, but one moment where you don't watch and they just walk in can be devastating, and that's just the one opportunity Jevon took. By pure happenstance, the perfect one as well. And sometimes these perfect storms just happen and it just works out in their favor, and just a clean push from then on out into a point that's difficult to uber push anyway, like Granary last.
Alright. I just thought of something. Let me give you a smooth brain take right now. So my smooth brain take of the day is I think banners should drop on the floor, and you should be able to pick them up. I think that would change competitive TF2.
For the better, or for the worse? What's the agenda here?
The agenda is to change it. I don't know if it's better. What do you think? I don't
know. I think people would just constantly pop them like way too early because they can't wait for the better opportunity to use them on, and then they just like have a lot of like sad deflated banners all the time.
I guess, or it could have a thing like or it could just drop so you could pick it up. Not that the banner like keeps its charge, but you just drop and the opposing team could pick it up.
Yeah, like Nolu, I think you're trying to do too. Whatever the case, we're not the game developers, probably for the best. And the only thing that matters right now is that this push, to everyone's surprise, did succeed for the compound. They secured themselves the lead after about 10 minutes of gameplay, ignoring the pause just now, which is in server time, obviously gonna happen before in real time. So in a few seconds we'll see somebody time out or lag out or whatever, and then we know what actually happened.
Right. We're on another mid. Gonna see what's happening. As right now, Jevon is gonna bomb in, go high, look to connect onto Yunu, who denies that that lamp play, and they've lost both their soldiers, and really right now it's not looking too great for Compound. They're gonna have to back out. Eliassi was actually getting chased, lots of pipes and splash and everything going his way, and Toast is going to clean him up. Storm's going to go down as well. They have had such a quick round out of Boinicle. Boinicle 7 on the point, going to be already going in, trying to use it to the best of their advantage. Yemen completely trapped in. He is going to go down. They've already got 2 times on the point. There is a soldier trying to deny. Uber's coming in with the heavy. They put so much time onto it. Players still up. Yunu above. They're just sticking it up. They're going to knock him out, and that's a round.
This must be why they ended up picking or letting it through in the end, because the mid-fights, just the last one as well, looked pretty good. This one even better. Just deny these bombs completely for free and just chase them. The compound just didn't leave fast enough. And the Demoman Scout getting caught there is huge. They didn't even have them for last much at all. And just an immediate conversion here. Boinicle showing that they're still in this. It's the first sign of life in a little bit since they got that one round on Snakewater, but it is an important one. It is making it even right now.
Take it away on this. I've got to retry.
Alright, no problem. We see not much just yet. A slow start for the time being. Mir takes a bunch of damage early, 50 damage straight away. Not really comfortable stay on mid here. Elias is actually the one trying to aggress forward on left. Gets denied. Really hard, barely living there, but no one wants to approach too much. It's a really, really slow mid fight here. Neither soldier duo tries to really bomb in just yet. Both of them just waiting patiently. And there we go. First bomb eventually by Jevon, pulling the trigger on the aggression for the rest of his team. Tries to get into the Orbreak, but doesn't land much damage as the counter aggression comes in, and while they're also getting mighty tonight, they get so much more damage out of it on the side of Boinicle here. It's just a matter of can they play safe, and no, they can't. Via got Beaver, but couldn't react in time to the soldier warding in. KN gets the drop, and that is only letting them escape here with a matter of a fight to the death between these 2 players on each team. And it is a close one. Toast Obrick all week. Storm with the most health.
Storm
Takes a bunch of damage, but he lives for now.
Storm's still alive. Gonna go for the
doesn't get the pack.
Toast just before it lands, and they're gonna win that very scrappy mid fight. And we're gonna be seeing them set it up. That was such a weird mid fight. Like, they got such a good frag onto Jorge, and Mia just wasn't able to stay alive. They should have been able to deny for her, but she did get cleaned up. Good work from the resacking soldiers to get onto Mia and equal things out. And actually, because Jorge died first, he's got a bit of an advantage. So he's going to be looking to maybe use that if they're crazy. You never know. You know,
Got it at this point.
it is
it's
equal
not
though,
enough.
they're probably a bit stunned last round. You know, that was such a quick round out of Boinicle that you're going to be wary as a team, because like I said, there's 2 different, you know, ways that it's going to be. Oh, Potato gets cleaned up instantly by Yevon, and Eliassi not able to get in behind. But that was such an instant round, so quick, and it felt like it just felt like there was nothing Compound could do against that. They just kind of kept falling down and down and down. And now they're trying to slow things out again.
Falls around the corner from one side into the pack.
See that?
He immediately gets it. Yeah, he just like kind of slowly walked up from Garage and just jumped around the corner to make the rest of the distance there to the medic. Mia pops fairly early just to play it safe, but that might just be what they needed after all here on the compound, to just make a play waiting for the spawn to come in. They still have a sniper, makes the push awkward, but that doesn't mean they did it before successfully. And regardless of that, they actually switch him off. Caper goes all the way back, expecting no one to aggress here. So they're just reading their opponents nicely here. No one will actually sack while we have this Uber on second. Potato and Sniper though, they didn't expect that one in the middle of all of this. Gets the Sniper to Storm straight away. Push might still be happening, but it is a lot tougher now to deny soldier bombs.
Yeah, it's not great for them. And they're gonna use in the compound. Eliassi gets a little bit denied and popped in, and they're not able to collect onto anyone but KN almost getting a frag. Jorge getting cleaned up by, where was that trap?
Who cares, because the backup is still going on in the midst of all of this. There's so many different things going wrong. Heavy on last. Storm uses his respawn. He might have died before the push, but that just means he's the first one to be on last here, and no one can get past that. The rest of the team tries to make up for it. Somehow they get Mia and all of this too. It's huge chaos between the kill onto Jorge and the backup going on at the same time, but they've recovered at the very least. They lost mid for sure, but they don't lose the round here, and that's probably all that matters to the compound right now. They're still in this round, even if with barely any ad to speak of anymore.
That was chaos. How do you keep up?
Well, somehow the compound managed, because they kept track of where things are, what they need to deal with quickly enough, at least, to not have it completely spiral out of control against their favor. Still, it's map control loss, right? They lost mid for sure this time. And this even though both teams with sniper again. I swear I've never seen this much sniping on Granary outside of last before, but it is what it is. Potato trying to get a wider angle through Joe Caper, just standing up top there, trying to get the best of anyone peeking garage.
Potato now looking for another angle, going through garage, and Caper actually not watching it right now, so could be costly. Maybe able to get something on top of this. Oh, nearly gets Storm with a body shot, but no. But oh, Caper just pops his head for the 1 second, cleans up Potato, who's on top of the bin. Or barrel even. My brain works, I promise. And Caper now using this opportunity to go in. Is he able to get a frag on that entry? No. Oh, that would have been so ballsy if he caught absolutely anything. And Devon is going to go down. And still holding in yard is the rest of compound. They're going to be setting up traps again. Hopefully someone might overextend for Caper to pick them off. That's been most of their game plan right now. It's just to use Caper to get those entry frags. The Uber's actually come in. Really long time for it to be done. Toast is just going to chase onto Caper. Caper's going to get flashed on. So many flashes from Jorge, but it's going to be better for them. They get Mia. They're going to deal a lot of damage. Toast gets sawn into the air. It's going to now chase Eliasu. Phil is actually below drop down. Oh, he does get cleaned up. And that under lunchbox play was not good enough for them. And Toast now gone all the way behind, gone through pipe. Is he going to be able to get anything? Playing like a spy as a scout is going to get Jorge and going to get Eliasu as a result. And create a little bit of pressure for their team. They're not really in a position to capitalize on this and take second.
It doesn't matter because no one's gonna risk keeping second on the compound. There's no way they're gonna stay in here. Mia slowly they get to the back to the rest of the team to connect and get some buffs up ready for maybe an early push. I doubt it. With this advantage, they're just looking to make an ad push into last, I would imagine. Sniper's still up here. Potato still on the rifle. Seeing if that is working out for them. A headshot on a heavy or engineer would just make the defense compromised very quickly if they can get that one. Let's see if he can get something before the push happens. Otherwise, he'll have to put his value in while the push is happening. I see some banners up and ready to go as well. Phil has the backup, a little bit more damage resistance for the post-over, but first of all, they need to get in here.
Yeah, and they've gone in. They've sent in Ellie. Oh no, Aubrey nearly went down then, but able to get that sentry gun. Now they're going to be looking for some other frags, and they don't get anything. Aubrey gets cleaned up. They don't have the banner to use right now, it looks like, and that's not going to be a good push for them in any way. Losing Aubryac is just, you know, the end of that, and now they've got 100% Uber disad. Phil may be able to drop down or get a frag, get an exchange onto KN. He goes down as well, and it's now just going to be holding on to yard, but Yevon looking to come into from the shutter. Not able to get anything from that spot. And they're going to back out Boinicle. It doesn't feel strong from Boinicle. They're not doing enough. Boinicle need to step it up on their pushes. Their pushes are not strong enough right now for them. Just feel like they know how to set them up. But once it goes past the initial, like if anything goes wrong during the initial stage, they can't adapt and change what they're doing. It just feels like they all panic and shoot the wrong people.
Yeah, and in the end, nothing really died on us, right? They just got their own Demoman stuck between the soldiers, just going aggressive on them on their own push. So the opposite of what you would like to see here. Still, back to the stalemate. While they might be failing to close it around, at least they're keeping this one alive, right? They're not losing right now. They're still all tied up here for the remainder of next few minutes until someone makes a decisive play. Potato tries to be the playmaker, same with Caper. We've seen it a lot on this second point. It is a side lane where you very much have to rely on people walking into you more so than you want to be the one walking into anyone on Sniper, because it's so easy to get cleaned up making any sort of small over-aggression through these small corridors. So both Snipers just patiently waiting, hoping someone will take the bait.
And it really seems like Neither team is able to get anything going with their snipers. Oh, I did just hear a headshot ring out onto Caper, but he was being fully charged. Potato is going to get cleaned up by KN. So now Caper's got a little bit more breathing room to maybe get another pick for their team. They're going to be going in through choke right now. Maybe just trying to send in a player, and that player is going to be Jevon, trying to get the force onto Mia, but Mia manages to stay alive, get the pack. Phil now pushing them out. And Caper maybe watching some sort of rotation? No. Oh, Uber's just coming straight onto Jorge. Jorge milking it out once again, and flashes come out of Mia, so she's used so late. Storm whipping his shots, eventually gets Mia, but Jorge is going to go down. There's going to be a collapse onto Compound by Boinicle, and then now onto second Dum. Caper going down as well. This is a good opportunity. Can they capitalize this off though, Dum?
They need to close this out. Spawns will come in on pretty much everyone in a few seconds. They need to beat Storm and Jevon to the punchy to block them from the point, and it's not much of a defense left. After those two get cleaned up, Potato Toast get the last few kills, and that will close it around. The first lead for Boinicle here in all of this. This might just be what takes them home.
100%, and really this is a great situation for Boinicle to be in, because all they need to do now is you can hold this advantage quite comfortably on Granary. It's not the funnest thing for us to watch, but it would be the smartest move. And right now Eliasu's super slow. They're going for a right side push, and Yunu looking to connect onto them, but they are coming with the collapse. So much damage onto Mia. Mia is going to go down, but Phil is going to return the favor. And really it's going to be about these post-medics dive fight, as Eliasu is going to get cleaned up by Toast. And Yunu super low, but Bypack does manage to get it. Is now going to jump KN. KN does manage to get the connection. Oh, Yunu, 3 HP, managing to stay alive. Yevon's going to back out. Caper showing his face, then backing out himself. Not the strongest mid-fights, but a win is a win.
Yeah, it's a traditionally scrappy mid-fight for Granary, you would expect. Both medics dying here. A little bit more aggression. Caper chases all the way actually to the medic. Somehow finds Mia with the late kill there after the mid-fight ends. And now Jorge suddenly, despite dying with the huge advantage, Jevon kills himself with Aubrey. Man will live though, barely, but he does. Not really what they wanted to see, because now they're 2 down themselves. They might have heals, they might have ad, but without players up to do anything with that, it's going to be difficult to really take this midpoint, at least quickly. And time is all that Boinicle really needs right now to close the distance on these Ubers, because Jorge gets any second here, and any bit that more they have by the time the play comes in is just so helpful for Boinicle.
Really, Boinicle need to now get some pressure onto this push in through choke. As the bomb does come out, Caper does clean up Yunu. Toast comes out as well, and again, with another sexy little trap on mid, cleans up Jorge and Caper.
The complete blinded as well. This point is huge. He just hopes this trap is where they are, and he called them out with it perfectly near that red crate. Gets the kill. They might need to just extend this lead here, at the very least make it all the harder for Compound to take matters into their own hands to make the comeback happen. Can waiting in that little corner there, hopes to have somebody fall prey to him there while people are baiting. Here comes the bomb. They know where the medic are, and it's the force. Just perfectly worked off the calls for the position on the medic. Will get the force, and they can't really do much with it either. At least you hoped with your force to like kill something, but it's just cleaning up KN, and that's all they're gonna get here. Big ad now to Jorge. Despite that drop on mid, all of a sudden they're back in the picture.
And really, 5 minutes left. They need to start getting moves, even if it's by inch. They've got this advantage, so they should be able to either use it to claim mid, or just use it as a way of brute forcing themselves in, and hopefully pushing out Boinicle so they cannot contest them on mid. And they're already looking to back out right now. They've pretty much given up, and no Ubers come out of Jorge yet. Phil's gone down. No ability for Yunu to really bomb in, and they're going to be backing all the way out. They're going to be able to get that Uber, but you don't really want to be taking an Uber exchange on second of all places. And look at the pressure. They're coming in from lower. They want to take this. They're going to start the exchange right now. Flash is going on to Eliasu and Storm, though, mean that there's going to be a much shorter Uber for Jorge. And he manages to back out with his team. No one dies on either side. Is there going to be any stragglers caught out? Doesn't seem it. And things have just equalized out right now. Jorge a little bit forward. And a little bit of exchange for Jevin and Yunu. And I think that's going to be it, DuMmTm.
Yeah, they just hoped on the compound to maybe catch somebody by just going with more players into this one, maybe force some mistakes out of Mia there, but no, they just played safe, a single man Uber onto the scout there, just to get them all out of here with the longer Uber. It worked out quite fine. Like you said, a little bit of an exchange up by the soldiers, and Jevin is taking matters into his own hands now while the building is happening on both sides for the medics. He's on Spy, I believe for him the first time on the Spy class, and tries to be the hero that they need with this little time left. They need one desperately to stay in this map here, and maybe the Spy is just what they need for that to happen.
Really, they need to find an opportunity to get Jevin in. KN does go down, so there's going to be a lot of pressure onto them. Phil pushing them out. Jevin just slowly uses this to get in behind, and he does manage to do it. And he's got to time this perfectly. He has done it. He's going to look for it. He does manage to get it. Nice. That's perfect.
And no one reacts. He gets out as well. Jump in from behind by Juno through the drop down, but he can't get anything in the end. There's some more aggression coming out. Toast, everyone wants to get in on this. Tries to kill the medic.
Jorge's still alive. This is perfect for them. They need to push now. That's all they need to do. Orbiak is all on his own unless he can get some god tier pipe or god tier sticky trap or like pipe sticky combo.
Spawns are in. They have 5 people up, just not in good position. The sticks off the point. Jorge will use it. The sticks being blown onto him by the team. Storm goes down. Everyone gets flashed. They don't get capped. They need to get kills. And Aubrey is all they're going to get for now. Potato falling in the end as well. 4 to 5 in the numbers.
Just knocks someone out of the sky there. And they've got so much time onto the point. Caper, Toast, juking and jiving, but they managed to push them off at the last second. Mia taking 1 foot off, and that's all they needed. And that's equalized with 1 minute 50 left. Unless Boinicle pull out another round like that, we're going to a golden cap.
Shoutouts to Jevin for using the silent knife, which I keep saying is the best knife in sixes, because no one has like ear brain reaction time to react to the medic dying when you can't hear it in game, and someone has to call it. The scouts didn't catch it at all, so he just got out for free as well with that.
Oh yeah, because you can now disguise yourself with the eternal reward, right?
It just takes all your cloak, but if you're already invisible, you stay invisible, which is huge.
Oh, and Caper does go down. Toast, Aubriac down, Jorge goes down, and is it going to be enough to start a barreling round? As only Eliasu alive. It's strong. We could see the pressure coming out. Really, it's going to be really down to the wire if they want to win this out and not let this go to a golden cap. Is any traps really going up? No, they're preparing for last. Doesn't even look like they want to be in second.
Unless you're just putting up a little bit more of a trap here just to maybe blind that on something, but you need the 6 on point right now. You need this gun heavy, everything you can to save this round. 40 seconds. The mid-fight not been a strong point for Compound on this map here on Granary. And a devastating loss like this with this much time, with this little time left, I should say, it could be having huge consequences if only this last push sticks. They didn't have the greatest one so far, but it only is 1 push away.
And they're going to be bringing it in on the right-hand side right now. The heavy is trying to deny them. They haven't used yet. They have started to use now. Toast going across the point, trying to get onto Eliasu to get him down. Get rid of those sticks. Those sticks are gone. There is no time on the point right now from Boinicle. 7 seconds left. They need to put everyone on. ×2 on the point. That's the first one. The first deny comes in. 2 seconds left. It's going to go to a golden cap. No, so close.
They pulled the trigger on the punch, on the can't speak anymore with this game so close. They pulled the aggression way too late on the point there, and they just barely didn't make it in the end. They kind of were winning the fight as well by the end of it, but no, they just took too long in the end. The whole push just took way too long, and they will be punished for it greatly here by having to go through another mid-fight and maybe another last push as well, and who knows if it goes the same way that time around, if they even win the mid-fight. Statistically, they had the better ones, but that doesn't mean anything if just this one goes wrong now.
Yeah, we'll have a quick look at the logs until we get this get this game on the way. So let's just get that up and talk about some numbers.
Another interesting game with how it all went down pacing was relatively quick runner game, all things considered.
100%.
Surprisingly so, especially after Snake Water, but yeah, in the end, this is what we got, I guess.
Yeah, it's a lot stronger coming out of players like Toast.
Oh yeah, Toast
playing a lot stronger.
At some point, he was like in a 10k in the middle of the stalemates as well.
Yeah, like he was playing a lot stronger. It felt like there was a bit more cohesion on Boinicle. I feel like they have thought about this map a lot more than they have Snake Water, and you can see that there was that round they did where it was so quick was beautiful TF2. You know, just beautiful, aggressive, non-stop granary where the other team just didn't have a second to get up and running. But you can also see that there was so much pressure. Like Mia dropped 4 times that game, and you can just feel that pressure against them. Jevon and KN were just non-stop. Caper put in some work. There was a cool point when Toast got in behind, but it definitely feels like both teams, you know, are having these little moments where they're trying to just get these advantages, and it doesn't seem like either team was able to get full control of the game, and that's where it was a really, really close map. Like, it was so close, and coming into this Golden Cap, if we get another game like we did earlier another round like we did earlier from the Bionicles, then they can win it. If they falter for a second, Compound will take this. That's my sense. If Boinicle can play like they did that round where they got it back, Compound won't be able to do anything. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, I think the moment is like slows down even a little bit, surely, but eventually it will go to the Compound. It's been kind of the story of the round, so whenever it just took too long, eventually they managed to somehow find the answers sooner or later. Be it some weird spy plays, be it the sniper plays, be it just calling out mistakes really well on the combos with exchanges or whatever. The longer it took, the worse it got for Boinicle, for the most part, at least. And they need to somehow find a way through this pretty quickly, because they don't have much time on the Golden Cap. We had 2 10-minute rounds. Barely enough time for that this time around.
I don't really know what to say on that. I just feel like it's going to be this round. It's either going to be, if it's a if one team dominates the mid fight, that's just going to tell us who's won the round. Because I feel like
I don't know, because this entire game was all mid fights to Boinicle. They won every single one of them, and it didn't matter enough in the end.
Most of them were scrappy, but the one round where they dominated, they just completely wiped them. Like if a team is able to get like a really good mid fight, I'm talking like 5 players up, only losing 1 and wiping the other team, then the other team is going to have to put in a lot of work to not let that, spiral out of control. In games before where it's impossible to gain back control if a team has got their momentum behind them in Granary.
You might be correct, but in the end, all that matters, first of all, is just this one single midfight could just also, I mean, pretty much what you were alluding to, right? The one midfight decides it all, and it really needs to. Just putting an early end to this for either team saves you so much trouble, so much heartbreak, so much energy put into this round right now that might be wasted if you lose it, right? Sure, if Boinicle lose it, then it's just all over anyway, and it hurts, but it hurts less than for the Compound after like a long round to just have to go to another map afterwards, and it's just so draining if this is a long one now. It just really comes down to who has more energy left in them right now for this and a potential 3rd map as well.
Yeah, and just for those joining us, this is ETF2L Season 35, Div 1 Grand Final. We're at the Golden Cap. If Compound take this, they will be the Div 1 Grand Champions. If Boinicle manage to scrape this back, they will have a chance on the last map to be the Div 1 champions and have a spot in next season's Prem. We're seeing a very slow mid right now as both teams are exchanging. This happens in Golden Caps. Teams get a little bit scared. They don't feel too confident. They need to find an opportunity to get that one frag. And it looks like pressure is now coming out from Boinicle. They're trying to bunch up Compound, but they bunched up themselves. There's been some trades, but now bombs are coming in. Toast going down. Phil super low. So many players easily cleaned up. Oh, so much. There's actually been an Uber exchange. That's how long this has been. Orbiak takes a huge amount. The chase is now on to Dande and Orbiak. Eliasu going for the chase. He's now going to go on to Orbiak. Can he fight against the world? He can't. Eliasu is going to clean him up, and they're already in yard, but no one is capping mid. I think Caper is coming in to do it. He's taking a
really patient mid-fight there by the compound, but between I think Storm and Can were the ones getting all the kills here. They just waited for the aggression to come in and pick their targets well, so both of those cleaned up for the rest of the team really nicely there. And the chase by Jevon was on the entire time. I barely realized the time, but he got the medic. That is huge. That's a complete game changer. Suddenly this goes from a long drawn out mid-fight to just all the momentum into mid. It's such a late kill as well. They will barely have buffs in time, and I don't know, this might be it if they just can get one good push going, first and second, then to last. Keep this ball rolling here. This all hinges on the second point being taken quickly, though.
It depends where. Can we see there is some very, very passive traps out of Orbiak. He hasn't got anything too close. So it feels like they're looking for someone to collapse onto, some sort of opportunity to maybe get a frag or just where to do their Uber. But oh no! Oh, if he blind debt, then I would have lost my mind. That would have been the blind debt this entry. Just Jorge moves straight under that, but they're going to go on the right hand side now. Get that sentry gun out from Potato. To Phil super low. It's going to get cleaned up. The push is looking pretty good for Compound. They've got 3 frags down. Is there going to be a 4th? Yes, there is. 2 times on the point. They are the new Div 1 champions for Season 35 ETF2L. Congratulations, Compound.
That was such a clean primary last push. Everyone just had to focus fire down there, and that's the difference maker, right? The Boinicle had chances like this before as well, and just they didn't work. And Compound showing that is how you do that, and it works out brilliantly here. Letting the map go through the lost on before, not working out. Close call this time, but will not work out for the Boinicle team. And congratulations to them, and congratulations to Compound winning Div 1, like you mentioned, having the guaranteed spot in Premiership next season.
100%. Now it looks like we actually have some people here for interviews straight away. We've got the winning team, actually. Pretty much all of it. I think we're only missing 2 players. And I'm just going to run you through. We're joined by Eliasu, Jevon, Jorge, and Caper from Compound. How you doing, boys?
Pretty good.
Feeling good still.
Yeah, congratulations, guys. You are now officially Prem players. Well, next season. Is that gonna, first off, is that gonna be a thing? Are you guys gonna stay together, or have you guys peaked? Is this it?
We don't know yet, I think. I'm not sure yet.
Are you guys planning to be a part of the Copenhagen's online tournament? Is that?
Yeah, we've discussed it, right?
We're in different teams. Like me and Caper are playing with Psychos, Austin, Demos, and Poison.
Okay.
I don't know about the rest.
Oh, okay. So, not going to be the full Compound, but congratulations, boys. I want to start with you, Eliasu. How are you feeling after that?
Yeah, it's a good win. Really hype last round as well. Like, Jeeves got an awesome bomb onto the medic, and yeah, won us a game. So, good job.
And I was actually saying this, Eliasu. So I remember, like, when I started playing competitive TF2, you were in like mid-high at the time. So it must be amazing to finally be able to get into Prem. That must be such a good feeling.
Yeah, I think so I wasn't always able to commit every season, so I sort of had a few seasons where I try hard and high, and then a few where I just sort of sat back and played different classes in low and mid. So yeah, just sort of good to be able to take a few seasons and actually try hard a few times in a row and get up there. So yeah.
Congratulations, man! You earned it. And moving on, Jevon. It's been like 2 years. Been playing comp?
No. It's been like one still.
1?
Yeah.
1
Sorry,
year.
could you guys move as well? Storm and KN, they're in the
I've
Interview
only-
Me channel.
This is
we
my
can move them.
Thank
this
you.
is my 5th season. This is my 5th season and my 4th with Caper. So yeah.
Well
That's
done,
like-
man.
Yeah, it's mad, innit? Can't believe it still.
Dude, you should feel proud. It was a good set of games. You did really strong on Snakewater. Granary had its moments, and then you managed to pull it all together with a really nice mid fight. That was, you could tell that both you guys were tense. Like both teams were really tense during that fight, but you guys did the right decisions, and it was a good fight in the end. Like, well done. Like, I'm genuinely impressed.
Safe, bro. Well going for Prem, innit? Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And Jorge, you had a bit of a switch around yourself. Your old team, did it collapse? I can't remember. Prem's been such a mess.
It was a bit of a mess, yeah.
Yeah.
Kuno and Shock joined the previous Lego team, so I just stepped down, moved to Div 1.
But it's nice. I guess it feels like you've got to prove again that you deserve to be in Prem.
I don't think that's a question in anyone's mind, to be fair.
Yeah, no. but it must be nice that if it was a question in anyone's mind to be able to prove it, and it would be good for yourself because winning Div 1 is always something nice to have under your belt. It's nothing to take apart.
Yeah, I think I was missing that one, and then yeah. It was more for Copenhagen as well. Well, at least that's what I was told, which is not happening now. So
yeah, well, good old people squanning on bats. But anyway, moving on, Caper.
Hello.
It's been a long time coming. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Nah, this is your 4th season, bro. I swear it's your 4th season.
Wait, is it?
Yeah. I swear. Because I'm a season older than you. I'm on my 5th.
I mean, I don't count that mid-season I played. Yeah, 4th season.
Oh my god, everyone's so young.
Yeah, this is this isn't even a full season. I've barely played any full seasons. This is one of my 7th season, maybe? Or 6th.
That's why you've been knocking around in high for a few seasons though, Caper, right? Where's my brain?
no, Keeper, 1 open, mid, Div 2, Div 1, next season Prem.
Oh, you were playing Div 2 the season before.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
second.
he lost against the previous compound in the finals.
Owned kids.
Oh.
Yep, get right.
Wait. No. Our team died fucking mid-season in playoffs. Yeah, or 2 of our players left, and then we got our boy from last season who was rostered, and we got Juice, I think. So
yeah, he still would have lost in finals.
yeah, you guys had Everex on scout. Fucking now look at him, he's 2nd place Prem.
Clever.
So I thought you guys lost the semi-finals, but
Sort that.
Came back.
Only team to lose semis and finals.
And Storm,
Hello.
congratulations as well, man.
Thank you very much.
Oh wait, KN, we need to go back to KN.
Hello.
Oh,
KN, sorry, I'm just trying to keep track of everything. This is what happens when more people move in. I just remembered KN. So Storm,
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with you, and I feel really bad for saying that. I've not seen too much, but it also doesn't help that there are around 8 people I know called Storm.
yeah. I don't know. What do you want to know? Yeah.
Storm, why aren't you playing Engineer and Highlander at this point? It's been a long time coming with all the Engineer playing 6s these days.
Well, it's better than Scout and Highlander, that's for sure.
Norwegian Storm. Now I know which one.
Yes, it's me.
The
I'm the
brain
fake
behind
Storm.
the operation.
There's the real Storm on Twitch, but I'm the fake Storm basically. So now you know.
No, so you've been 3 years. 3 years you've been playing yourself?
I've been playing for a little bit longer, but yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember. I played for about the same amount of time as Ken or Fugazi.
Yeah, we've played together for 6 seasons now.
Okay, so what, season 28?
Season
Nice.
29 is the first one we
Technically,
played.
I played like a couple of officials on the
Okay.
laptop with 40 FPS, but yeah, I don't count that.
But
So
that's
season 29
when-
was pretty much the my first
So-
season, and also the first season of this team.
So in 6 seasons, you guys went from low, or technically that was open at the time, wasn't it? Season 29. When did open come in? Was it season 20?
No, that was
29?
like 25 or something.
Yeah,
so
there was an open season 29, but we like started off. We got placed in low for some reason, but we still, I don't know.
Yeah.
We skipped open.
I forgot when like open came into play, because I know that when I started, it wasn't a thing, and then it became a thing, and then it went away, then it came back. But yeah, so you guys for 6 seasons went from low to prem, and so how many of you guys have been together since the low days?
Me and Storm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And me.
Yeah, them two have been together ages, and me and Caper.
Yeah, and then we finally made the reunion, or whatever. Not a reunion, just a union. After the finals of last season, we realized that we should be friends and not enemies.
Well, it's been a full story really for you guys getting to prem, and is the plan so far to stay as a team? I assume that's going to be the case.
It's a little bit up in the air, to be honest. Like, we'll have to talk. It's not something we've talked about at all.
At least some
so-
version of it. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. It's likely. Yeah, some version of it.
You're cut away immediately.
Yeah.
Out of here,
Plan
out
is
of
to
here.
cut George and go to prem.
Get Scryton.
Need that green rep.
Dum, you got any questions for the boys about the games? I've just kind of gone down memory road with them, really.
I'm just confused why my Prem demo man lost my Highlander low official for me. Really? I mean, it's sad, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a tough game, you know.
Highlander is
I'm
just
technically
really tricky.
a low Highlander player, I think. So there you go.
Same.
I don't think I've played above that.
But anything from there, Dum?
No, you covered it pretty well. I think we can just move to shoutouts real quickly and then call it a
All
night.
right, let's run to shoutouts. So, Eliasu, got any shoutouts, bud?
Just shouts to both teams for playing an awesome game. Really, that's about it.
KN?
Shoutouts to God Mode, shoutouts to Sprite Grix Empty, shoutouts Jinxie, and shoutout to Sylves.
Okay, and Jevon?
Shout out to Storm for being the best teammate.
Oh, thank you.
Jorge?
Shout out to my team, the other team. Great games. I think everyone enjoyed watching it. And you guys for casting, including Beta.
Thank you. And Caper?
Shout out to my team, shout out to Nuppers, and shout out to Martin.
And Storm?
Shoutouts to our subs, first of all, especially Tobbs and Hyman Slayer, but also shoutouts to Psychas and Jinxie, and shoutouts to Connor for helping us with looking at a demo, and Kogu, and Poi59, and then shoutouts to both teams, production, and yeah, especially my team, because we really stepped it up, I think, towards the end of the season. So I'm really proud to be on a team with you guys.
And finally, Dum, have you got any shoutouts?
Shoutouts to all players here for a great performance, and shoutouts to, as always, my sponsors, Faint Gaming and TF2Pickup.pl for helping me out. And I think we'll see everyone pretty shortly next week. The season might be over, but the TF2 isn't stopping. Cup is happening soon. The TF2 lockdown, throwdown on the 10 to 11 of that next weekend, basically.
I'm so excited.
For a lot more games. You see, like they mentioned, a couple of these gamers there, and hopefully you guys as well over on Critscast is where that will be getting streamed, and yeah, hoping to see all of you there.
So, congratulations. Shout-outs to both teams that have been going. Congratulations to the compound. Thanks to DuMmTm for being my co-caster. Beta on production. This has been Team Fortress TV #2 coverage of ETF2L Season 35, powered by Copenhagen Games. Even though it didn't happen, it's the Div 1 final. Congratulations to the compound going into Prem. Commiserations to Boinicle. We hope to see you playing, next season. It'll always be good fun. But from everyone here, thank you very much for everyone watching. And I don't know if do we know what's happening with the grand final? Is that
It
finished?
is over already, spoiler, but
It's over. Yeah.
Oh.
go
No
watch something anyway.
No spoilerio. But
TF2.
go watch it. Bye.
By the way, Shout outs to cooking stream. That's gonna happen, unfortunately, because I made a promise that I shouldn't have made.